nearing the end of your journey, Keeper. You and the staff are nearly connected. Are you ready to proceed?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Back so soon?
Alethea, I know I wasn't gone long in the Animus, but I couldn't wait.
I've been thinking about whether or not I should let you continue, and I have my answer, but I'm afraid you won't like it.
Don't tell me I can't go into the third simulation.
I'm sorry, Layla. I made a miscalculation, and I factored you in when it was a mistake to do so. I see that clearly now. It's time for you to leave Atlantis.
You can't do this. Not now! I've seen Elysium and the Underworld. You can't take that away!
If I'd known this reality would go the direction it did, you wouldn't have seen any of it. You're too human. Your DNA has succumbed to the corrupting nature of the staff.
Listen, I know the bleeding effect is real, and accessing Deimos' memory did affect me. But I've studied Isu artifacts. This is the last stage of my trials. When it's over, my DNA will be able to overcome the staff's control.
Perhaps. But you won't see that through. My simulations are closed to you.
I'm really sorry, Alethea. For everything up until now. You had such high hopes for me.
I did, yes. But that was my own fault. I should never have let you go down this path.
No, that's the thing. You were right. You saw something in me that I'd be the one to bring balance. And I still can if you let me.
Even if I were to let you in, your doctor is dead.
If I could take that back, I would. But I can't. And I have to keep going.
From her calculations, your body wouldn't be able to withstand the simulations.
My body is fine. The staff kept Alexios alive for thousands of years. I've got a protection guarantee.
Your mind is a different story altogether. You don't have the sense to see its degradation.
When you break it down, this staff heals, Alethea. I could come out of this smarter, more in control. Invincible.
That's quite a leap in logic.
Just let me see for myself. Please.
Go.
Oh my god, thank you. You won't regret this. Here we go.
I'll see you inside.
That's enough!
No need to shout. This isn't your domain, brother.
Hades has nothing left to offer you. You are never meant to stay here, nor Elysium. You didn't belong on Kefalonia, and you didn't belong in Sparta. I can offer you a place you do belong. It's time you finally found it. Atlantis awaits.
Anywhere's better than here.
I won't forget this. No!
There's no need for that here. You're safe.
I've heard that before.
This place isn't like any other you've been. There's no Persephone, no Hades.
Just you.
Just me. Dikastis Vasilevs, the grand adjudicator of all Atlantis. But to you, I am Poseidon. What I'm offering you, Keeper of the Staff, is a place at my side. Join me as my Dikastis. Welcome home.
This place is the real Atlantis. I mean, it's intact. I thought this city was destroyed.
Every 7 years, our great city begins a new cycle, if judged to be imperfect.
And who's the judge?
Before your arrival, it was my decision alone. Now that I have you at my side, I intend for this cycle to last an eternity.
If you're the Dikastis Vasilevs, you expect me to be...
Dikastis, the judge. Be my hand in laying and enforcing judgment in Atlantis.
Well, I must warn you that I'm not always right.
I was both surprised and encouraged by your actions in the underworld. Fortunes were exchanged in response to your choices. But trust that I learned your reverence to justice is true.
Hades must have told you about my staff.
He didn't have to. As is the way with all heroes, your journey has become the stuff of Atlantean legend.
Then you know my staff is the reason I'm here. I need to learn how to master it.
This land is a paradise of power for those with Isu devices, but all in good time.
So you expect me to live among you? A home among gods?
Gods? We are much more than the human conception of gods. Your father called us the ones who came before, but as Alethea told you, we are the Isu.
You know about my staff, Pythagoras, and Alethea. I'm starting to feel very watched.
Your trials in both Elysium and the underworld. No, your triumphs there are known to us.
My trials forced me into rebellion. They made me face the dead. My hardships make me a good Dikastis?
We don't always choose our path, but in this case, your blood chose for you. You possess both DNA strands, the best of humans and Isu. I have no doubt that you are our mutual future.
It's an honor. Where do I start?
Humans have 5 senses to understand the world around them. We have been blessed a 6th. Knowledge. Ah, no. It is not merely your vision of the ego. The essence of that sense sleeps now. But it can be awoken in Atlantis. Your stuff is more than a key. It's a bridge between who you are now and who you must become.
And if I fully awaken this 6th sense, I'll have mastered the staff.
That and more. Come, let me show you.
I accessed power sources in Elysium and the Underworld. They helped my knowledge, I think. But they haven't changed my senses.
In Atlantis, you'll find the sources that awaken your new sense much more concentrated. Not only will your knowledge grow here, but it will thrive. You'll find 3 such sources once you leave this palace. You know them as Keeper's Insides.
Doesn't look like anyone can get through.
It's blocked to those who haven't full access to our knowledge. Find the source of that knowledge within this palace. Try to pass through once you do.
Hello, Layla.
Alethea? What are you doing in here?
You needed intervention. I couldn't stop you physically, but perhaps I can make you understand through technical means.
No, I've got this. Stay out of it.
Strange. But it feels like the staff is becoming a part of me. I think I'm starting to understand. It's like I can feel Isu memories and hear their wisdom. Now I know what you meant about the sources being more concentrated. I feel different.
Many things are different here, Dicastes. You'll discover that in time. Atlantis awaits you. I have one rule that is absolute. Our technology cannot be used on my human civilians. Their bodies cannot withstand the power. The Isu know this above all.
So, I'm free to go. What task should the Dicastis do first?
Even Atlantis is not a perfect society. It yearns for balance. So be that balance. Then when your role as guide to the people is fulfilled, it may well be perfection. Don't worry. You've already earned my respect, which is a trial in itself.
Dicastis, His Eminence Atlas humbly requests that you join him at his Doma to discuss a matter of grave importance.
Right. I'll make sure to stop by. His Eminence? This place has more kings than Sparta.
Ah, you've arrived! I'm honored the Dicastis would accept my humble request.
Huh. You're Atlas, I take it?
In the flesh. I thank you for coming to see me. I'm sure you're very busy. The burden my father gave you is not a light one.
Your messenger told me it was urgent.
Gravely urgent, indeed.
Well, here I am.
It's my brothers, the Archons. They have issues with the human populations under their control. Tensions between Isu and humans are mounting. Without order, the problems will grow severe.
I'll try to use my position to help them where I can.
Find Hadiros, Amphiris, and Azeas. Through your shining example, I hope they learn the valuable lessons in discipline they so desperately need.
And if I help them, you're hoping it'll maintain the peace between Isu and humans.
That's the plan. Poseidon should have known they weren't ready for the responsibility an Archon bears. But that's his failing.
Tell me about Gadiros.
You'll find him near the arena, hard at work planning his next exhilarating spectacle, I'm sure.
What should I know about Amphiris?
He's probably off terrorizing people near the fortified Doma of Ochtonos. Make sure you don't sneak up on him. He's quite jumpy.
What about Azais? Who is he?
You'll find dear Azais wherever there is humanitarian to be done. I heard there were some issues near the Doma of Amphiris.
We have Archons where I'm from. Do they fulfill the same duties?
They are charged with overseeing and ruling the humans of Atlantis. ensuring all live comfortably and peacefully. A job at which I fear they're failing.
There always seems to be unrest between the two races. The Underworld and Elysium were no different.
Time passes and tensions keep building. I expected my father to handle it. But Atlantis grows steadily worse, and no one wants to see what could happen if precautions are not taken.
I'll find the Archons and make sure their problems are taken care of. Is Azais a physician and an Archon? What's this? A message? we go now.
Come on.
Yeah!
Ella.
Easy now.
Yeah! Come on, come on. Hey, hey.
The sun has set.
What have I missed? What must I do?
As ice. You have your hands full.
Vigastis, you're a welcome sight. The only one I've had in some time.
So many sick. I'm surprised anything can spread in a place as advanced as this.
It's shocking. Nothing I have tried will cure the sick or stop the pathogen spreading. I've lost so many already.
When did you first notice people were getting sick?
At the start of this cycle. It began quite slowly and I didn't think much of it. But then the cases grew rapidly day by day. The more that fell sick, the faster the pathogen spread.
You seem really worried. Have you ever seen a sickness like this before?
No. There are many odd phenomena during this cycle. Plants dying, strange insects, and animal attacks. I worry about what this could signify.
Don't worry. We'll find a way to stop the sickness. Tell me what you need.
Well, there was a device being worked on by a scientist named Consus. Its intention was to rapidly heal injuries and eradicate disease.
Was?
His device is missing. Scientists here have tried to replicate it based on the schematics, but it's still in the experimental phase, and it hasn't been tested on humans.
So it may not work.
That's not the biggest issue. Poseidon has outlawed the use of our technology on humans. I fear that if we don't act quickly, the pathogen will spread across Atlantis.
In Athens, when the plague spread, Hippocrates thought the only option left was to burn the bodies, and the sick with them.
You're talking about murdering innocent people.
It's mercy, Azais. Better than even more dying because we wouldn't act.
No, we are not barbarians. We don't waste precious life if there is a chance it can be saved. Please find the device and bring it to me.
Fine. We'll do it your way. Tell me where it is, and I will.
You'll find the device in one of the issue laboratories in the Consus archive. With luck, we can save these people before my father discovers what's happened.
device Azais wants must be inside.
Someone there? What?
Probably just a bird, but I'll check.
Was that the whistle? My God!
metal is heavy. And here's a note. The Forge of Atlantis. This can be used to create weapons. I have to find this place. Nothing I've ever seen. In that box. My body is tingling like mad. There must be more of these somewhere. I don't understand how this glowing cloth is going to heal the sick. I hope Azais is right. I've brought the, glowing cloth you've asked for.
It's a nanotech matter regenerator, in fact. But you have it. I can't believe it. Now then, let's see what this thing can do.
Odyssey, what the fuck did you do?
I thought I had calibrated correctly. Oh no, what have I done? I killed this poor human. The device doesn't work, and you stole it against Poseidon's laws. What do we do now?
This device is dangerous. Maybe Poseidon outlawed it for a reason. I don't think it should be used on anyone else.
I was so hopeful, but you're right. This device isn't ready to be used on live subjects. All I've done is add to the pain and suffering.
Some things can't be fixed with devices or intellect. There are problems even the Isu can't solve.
I suppose all I can do is return this device to the laboratory and make sure the victims are comfortable until the end.
That's one Archon helped. I hope they're not all this intense. Let's go, Phobos.
Ella.
Ah, the Castis. I heard you can help me with the solar floral regeneration project.
The what?
Start from the beginning. I'm Neocles, an Imperial botanist here in Atlantis. I'm engineering a way to aid floral regrowth.
The flowers here can't just grow on their own?
Oh, no! You're not one of those followers of Minerva, are you?
I don't know anyone named Minerva.
Her students are so small-minded about my photosynthesis accelerator. If you want to be a scholar, why follow such a rudimentary doctrine?
Look, do you need something from me?
Oh, apologies, Nicastis. You're new to Atlantis, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me begin. Basically, the plants are a key resource for us here. But a few cycles ago, humans overpicked them, and now the air is suffering.
You want to grow more?
In a sense, yes. I have a hypothesis, a theory that using a natural power source stronger than the sun will promote sustainable growth.
You're losing me again.
There are devices that project beams of light around the Garden of Triton. Redirecting them using the reflective surfaces would stimulate floral regrowth.
You want me to move your lights?
Yes! And the Castis, taking care of our natural resources, would send a message to all of Atlantis.
A good message, I hope. It looks like all the light beams need to hit that central structure. That must be the device Neocles mentioned. Reminds me of how I opened the door to Atlantis. That worked! First one down. get the flowers growing in no time. Beautiful. That should do it. I'll tell Neocles it's done. That doesn't seem good. What happened? I moved your light beams. It seemed to be working, but then...
The beams are aligned, yes, but the power isn't running.
What do you think the problem is?
None of this makes any sense. The light beams should expand across the gardens and present with enhanced photons.
There might be something wrong with your theory. I still don't see how this light is any better than the sun.
The sun! That's it! The power source must also be displaced, rendering this light no different than the sun. No wonder you're the Vicastis. That's brilliant!
So the next step is...
Go to the control room and make sure the power source isn't displaced.
And what exactly is this source?
An igneous matter consisting of Imperial... It's a rock. Just make sure there's a rock in the control room.
Fine. I'll go see if this rock is there. Looks like Neocles was right. There is no rock here. Hey! Stop right there! Get back here! Malaka! Thief must be in here somewhere. Maybe if I move some things around.
What's the Castis doing running around here?
I'm chasing down a thief. Looks like you're the one who took Neocles' rock.
My name is Melita. I'm an environmental biologist, not a thief. Neocles has no claim to a natural power source like this.
You're going to a lot of trouble for a rock.
You're the Castis and you have no idea what the power source is? Aren't you invested in the future of our resources?
It's easy. Put the rock in Neocles' device and we'll fix the flowers.
This isn't Neocles' first attempt at population balancing. When the flowers were overpicked and the bees started dying, first he attempted to artificially pollinate the flowers. When he artificially pollinated the flowers, the soil degraded. When the soil...
I get the idea. But then, how would you fix the gardens?
I wouldn't. Nature has been healing itself for eons. Neocles needs to stop meddling.
Melita! You've always been obtuse about the project. No accountability for civilization's impact on the ecosystem.
Insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. When will you accept your hypothesis has failed?
Failed is inaccurate terminology. I simply adjusted my theory after experiencing unintended results.
Enough bickering, both of you.
You're right. I wanted to destroy the power source to end his project once and for all. But as the Castis, it should be your decision.
The project Neocles is working on is important for the future of Atlantis. Hand over the rock.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Thank you. This will propel Atlantis' sustainability forward by centuries. All those cynics like Melita will see the progress eventually.
Just be careful. It sounds like your theory could still use some work.
This is the right course of action for all of Atlantis, Castis. Trust me. Please, do me the honor of returning the stone to the device.
Atlantis' gardens will be healed in no time. The gardens seem to be thriving, with wildlife.
The one who holds the staff has no choice but to face both immediate and future consequences for lifetimes. That takes responsibility.
I hear you, Alethea. You may think I'm crazy, but at least I'm accountable.
Let's hope no one notices me here.
swear I heard something. I've got you now!
I should stay hidden if I don't want to fight.
Βοήθεια, ανεπίχομαι!
Come on! Vamos, let's go! Come on.
Murderer!
Murderer? I didn't do it!
Stop her before she kills again!
Leave me alone!
Want to tell me what that was all about?
No. I'll be fine. The Castis! You can make this all go away! My name is Lyra, and you're... you! You've helped so many people. You're amazing and wonderful and powerful and... and you're here!
Thank you. That's nice of you.
You deserve all the praise and more.
They called you a murderer. You don't seem the type, but as the Castis, I have to be sure.
They're sure I'm responsible for what happened to that poor family. They said it's like the other murders, but I couldn't live with myself, I swear. Please, please clear my name.
Where were you when the family was murdered?
If it happened last night like they said, I was here trying to sleep. Although lately it's been restless, filled with strange dreams. It's always the same one, over and over.
Were you alone?
Well, yes. I've been so tired lately, I decided to stay in.
You said something about other murders.
This was the third time. I just don't understand why they blame me. I don't have the stomach to do that.
I'll find out what really happened. Just point me in the direction of the attack.
Just down the road. Not too far from here.
If I were you, I'd hide until I return.
Ah, good idea. Thank you. You truly are a great Castis.
Maybe so.
Ah, the great Vigastis. What did I do to deserve a visit?
I'm looking into the attack that happened nearby last night.
Ah, of course. I thought that was meant to be handled already.
You mean the mob harassing that woman?
I've said enough.
I understand your hesitation, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I'll make sure whoever or whatever did this is punished.
You've already met the guilty one.
Lyra? You agree with the mob?
Of course I do. I'm the one who told them it was her. I saw her last night, bloody and in a frenzy.
It was dark. How do you know it was her?
I know what I saw.
Is this about what happened last night?
How do you know?
It's all everyone's talking about. And if the Digastis is here, you must be looking into it.
If you saw or heard anything, I need to know.
I saw it from the distance. Heard it too. Its howl will never leave my mind.
You saw a wolf?
Beast is more like it. If you see it, run!
I'll be careful. These aren't stab wounds. They're claw marks. This bloody cloth doesn't match the mother or daughter's robes. It must have come off the murderer. These footprints track the blood out of the house. Whoever murdered them left this way. I should return to Lyra and let her know what I found.
Well, did you find out what happened?
The evidence I found was conflicting.
Tell me.
2 people saw what happened. One woman heard a wolf howling, but a man said he saw you, covered in blood, and leaving the family's house.
He's lying!
Or mistaken. It was dark, so it could have been anyone. There's more. The killing blows weren't made by a weapon.
Then by what?
It almost looked like claw marks. And then there was this piece of cloth. It didn't match the clothes of anyone there.
That's mine! How did it get there? Someone wants me to look like I was responsible. Tell me the truth, Digastis.
Drop the act. You killed them.
You're not serious. What about how they died? I don't have claws.
The marks could have been made from animals that smelled the bodies and came to feed.
But the howl!
Means nothing except there was a wolf nearby.
You were supposed to prove I was innocent. Don't you know what they do to human murderers? They send them to the arena. I won't let you take me.
I need to go after Lyra before she hurts someone else. This is no ordinary wolf. Malaka. Lyra.
It was me. What am I?
I've seen this before. A minotaur, a cyclops, a gorgon. All were humans possessed by powerful Isu devices. The only way I could stop them was by killing them. But you're able to change back. Somehow, you're different.
I don't remember coming here. Or why?
If I had to guess, that side of you knew it was caught. Maybe it thought coming out here was the only choice it had.
That side of me. I've had dreams lately of being in a bright room, tied down, pain throughout my body. But now, I think that all really happened. I did kill them then. I don't remember it, but it was me, wasn't it? If you knew you would harm people again, and you could never control yourself, never stop, would you?
Would I what?
Jump?
If I lost control of myself and knew I'd never get it back, I'm not sure what I'd do.
I thought so. This is the only way. If I'm to die, I want to be the one to decide when that happens.
You don't need to do this.
The choice was made for me. I can't go on after what I've done, and what I'd likely do again. Thank you for everything.
She didn't deserve this. Whatever was done to her wasn't her fault.
Isu technology can and will change whoever isn't strong enough to command it. That explains your own aggression, Layla.
I'm still me. I'm not as weak as you think I am.
Move! Yeah! This is it. They'll keep a sharp watch here. That must be Anfiris. Why so many guards?
Let him pass.
Anfiris, if this is how you treat humans, I can see why you need so many guards.
These aren't humans. They are animals. An animal should be in cages.
Dead bodies of civilians outside. A tortured corpse at your feet. The only animal I see around here is you.
A human did this to me while I slept. When they came to kill me, I survived. But they slaughtered my daughter like an animal. Humans don't act with logic or reason.
Good or bad, they are driven by a will to survive.
A trait we implanted to ensure efficiency. But that will become a kindled flame of insurrection. You led a rebellion yourself in Elysium, so I know you understand. If we don't act, the city will burn and many more lives will be lost.
I don't see an army marching on Poseidon.
This one said they plan to launch an attack. Someone needs to destroy the resistance before that happens.
That's not a small request. Despite what you think, all humans aren't a threat.
It is the only path I see. But you are the Dicastis. Only you can choose the correct course of action.
Killing people will just make the fire spread faster. If we destroy their supplies and their weapons, they can't oppose the issue.
I admire your optimism. But I fear it would not be enough. However, it's your decision to make.
Just leave it to me. I'll send a message they won't forget.
Very well. You'll find the traitorous humans at an abandoned farmstead. Return to me when the situation is resolved.
I should watch my step around here.
Can't wait to skewer my first eat. What are you doing here?
It'll be hard to form a resistance if they have no supplies.
Vicastis, I'm glad to see you return safely. I almost considered sending a regiment of my guard after you.
That would have been overkill.
You can never be too careful when dealing with violent humans. Come, tell me, has the resistance been quashed?
I destroyed their supplies and equipment.
You believed you saved lives by being merciful, but the truth is that more will die in the end.
I promise you, they're no threat.
You underestimate them. Yes, you've taken their means of striking now, but they will regroup and find more weapons. All you have done is delay the inevitable.
Just one more Archon to go. Maybe I should just do their jobs too. Better stay hidden.
Was that a whistle? Go practice your bird imitation somewhere else. It should have been me. Hey! What was that? I see him! I'm on fucking fire! Somebody get water!
Over here! Quick, follow me!
And trust
I'm no
the stranger.
I'm Elpis, and I've been watching you.
That's not ominous at all.
I'll drop the cloak and dagger. I've been training to become like you, but training isn't enough. You're more than a warrior. The blood of the gods runs through your veins.
I thought they preferred Isu in Atlantis.
The Isu may as well be the divine with how they rule. Cold, calculating, indifferent to the people milling beneath them. But it's not just Isu blood that makes you special, is it? There's something else.
Well, you tell me.
I'm talking about this. Your spear.
Oh, showing off for me, are you?
Just a little. Are you impressed?
You're strangely charming. For a thief.
Flattering. But we have business to attend to, the Castis.
So, what do you want from me?
I'm involved with Atlas. He's afraid of taking the relationship public. He says his enemies would exploit me as his weakness, so he keeps me a secret.
Wait, you're in love with Atlas?
From my experience, I'm not sure Isu men truly love. Nevertheless, I need to make him see that I can be his strength. Our partnership might be a key to bridging the gap between Isu and humans.
Your love is strategic.
If we take the relationship public, we could marry and I could rule the district by his side, influence policy and ease the tension between the two groups. But so long as I am merely human, it can never be. That's why I want to be like you.
You seem very passionate about Atlantean politics.
Atlas doesn't approach the human and Isu conflict with compassion for humanity. I believe I can bring that compassion.
It would be nice to have another ally in Atlantis. What's your plan?
At the Adamant Metalon, they harvest a metal used to create devices just like your spear.
My spear's the strongest metal ever forged. Could this be used to forge other weapons?
Well, adamant ingots could, but what I need is raw adamant. I know the one who can forge it for me. Atlas can't suspect what I'm up to, so make sure you're not seen.
He doesn't know about this?
I'll tell him the truth when the time is right. Please, hurry back.